Hi, welcome to Bambai Meri Jaan team. Welcome to FilmiBeat.
Thank
Hi,
you.
hi.
Hi, thank you.
So, first of all, I would like to say the trailer is very intriguing, very engaging.
Yes.
My
Yeah.
question, I would like to start with Sujat and Renzel, sir, that, how did this whole idea come up in your mind that, we should make a gangster drama like this into a web series?
We've always wanted to make a gangster show or a gangster film, I think. Really, Hussain Zaidi came with the basic storyline to excel, I think, and I got a call. I think it was June of 2018, and I went and met Ritesh and Kasim. And so Hussain had this fictional storyline, and they wanted to, develop into a 10-part series. And I liked the sheer scale and ambition of it. We'd never done something, I think, on the Mumbai Mafia that was this comprehensive. And me and my team of writers, Chaitanya and Samir, started writing this kind of thing, making some sense of it. And that's how it really started. It's been a journey of, I think, 5.5 years now.
Right. I would like to know from Kritika and Nivedita that, when it comes to a series that's based in a different era, where of course when you guys were not there, how easy or difficult it is to prep for the kind of role that you are playing?
Ma'am, please go first.
Okay. Easy or difficult? I would say that, prepping for any role, era comes in later. First, you figure out what you're doing. And as Shujat has very categorically mentioned a lot of times, that when we think of era, then it suddenly comes to as if we're acting a certain way, which is not the case. So you have to believe in the fact that you're living in the 60s and the 70s. But rest, your emotions are the same. Everything is the same. Your script tells you what to do. You just have to believe in it and carry on. So preparing per se as an era is, I would say that it hasn't been the case for me. It's just preparing for the character, for Sakina. That's it. And that she happens to be in 60s or 70s. That department is the art department, the direction, the costume. They are making us portray the 60s and 70s character, which reaches out to you guys. But for me as an actor, I'm preparing myself as Sakina. Whether I'm living in 2020 or I have my own house, my own backdrop where I'm living. And that's it. The rest of the things have been taken care of by the experts. Kritika?
Yeah, I agree. It's as easy. It's easy when you're in good hands. When you're with makers like, when you have Prime Video, when you have an Excel, when you have these people backing a project like this, and then you have Renzel sir, who's done a brilliant job with the script, and then Shujat sir, who really made that world for us, who created that world. And also, like, his belief, his commitment is infectious. So it actually comes from the director. You see him believing in you as the character, and then physically the set, like ma'am said, the set, the production design, our costumes, makeup, everything would just really help us to transport into that era, that world that we have no idea about. I mean, we're not from Mumbai, and obviously don't know how it was in the 60s and 70s. Our reference was only films that have been made about this period. But what helped was that the detailing around us was so good that we just had to pay attention to being those people, those characters truthfully.
Right. My next question would be to Sujat and Renzel again that, a lot of comments on YouTube have been saying that this looks like an extended version of Once Upon a Time in Mumbai Dobara. Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, sorry, the first part. What do you have to say about this comparison?
I hope all those doubts will be put to rest once you see the film. That was exactly my reference, that what it should not be. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Mumbai personally, and I think it is the connect with the universe, because it comes from a similar universe. Of course, I have read comments of it being Peaky Blinders and all sorts, which is great. So that reference you cannot avoid because it will keep on coming. And in our context, of course, Once Upon a Time in Mumbai was set against gangsters and that gangland world. So I think that is where it is coming from. Once people see it, I think they will understand that it goes way beyond something like that, because of course that was a film. We've got a web show, we've got something which is much more intricate, much more detailed in terms of narrative, characters. So yeah, I don't think लोगों का काम है कहना, वो तो मतलब बोलेंगे ना.
So लोग कहेंगे.
Right. Kritika, I would like to know, how was it to team up with KK Sir again? I know because there is like off street, so you guys are right, but how was it to work with him again? Because after a very long time, you guys have collaborated when it comes to a project. So how was it to be back on the sets with him?
Also, I want to know again. बोल रहे हैं, I never knew you guys were casted. I thought this was the first time when I used to take you right in that.
No, we have worked long time back when we used to have these 1 hour episodes in television. So KK and I had done a very long time back this one episode called Last Train to Mahakali, which is, I think it's been really long. And after that also, I think I did one more episodic story with him, but that's it. And having said that, coming together, it's not that that we weren't offered roles together earlier, but something had to be substantial enough for us to come together. And this also wasn't like us talking together. In fact, when I was called for the part, I was narrated the character first. I wasn't told कि actor कौन है या आपके co-actors कौन है, मुझे कहानी बताई गई थी पहले. And that's how it should be, and that's what was my thing to say yes for the project. And then it happened to be KK and this whole awesome team and everyone together is like, what do I say? I in fact have no words. So fantastic would be a great word. And how was it to team with him? Was great. It was really great. As I mentioned earlier, to have someone who is so invested in the story, not only in his part, but in the larger picture. It's always a bonus. So it was great.
Right. Kritika, you have been doing some amazing work on OTT. I would say that in the past few years, be it Hush Hush or Shikharvati as well. Now, when you are a part of a project, I'm telling you, because I have this habit that whenever I come for an interview, I go and check out comments on social media and YouTube and everything. There have been people saying that, Kritika is this, of course, we have a lot of expectations. Does that put up a pressure on you now whenever you sign up a project?
Now, if you put it like that, no, I mean, I'm happy that the fact that I've chosen these diverse roles is being noticed. The fact that you acknowledge, you notice that there is a conscious effort to like do different kind of things and to, discover what I'm good at, what I'm not, make mistakes, learn from them. That's been the idea. So if that's getting recognized, that's great. But in terms of pressure, I don't think you can really like take yourself. So it's not really about you. You can't take yourself this seriously, or you can't be like, I have to. You obviously want to become better. That self-improvement is a completely different quest. But when you approach a new project, it's just about fitting into the big, larger picture. And this is a collaborative effort. So every project, every team, everything requires you to bring in, your all. And at the same time, forgetting what you've done before and what's to come later. So I like to, it's tough for me, but I like to live in the moment.
Right. Rensa sir and Sujat sir, my question will be for you. Nowadays, of course, we have that even before the first season comes, people do start talking about the second season. So have you guys planned anything about the second season right now, or you are just sticking to the first season right now?
I think when Renzel set out to start developing this idea from Hussain Zaidi, there was a very clear thought process of where the narrative is going to begin and where it is going to end. So yes, there are plans of further seasons, and as the progression happens of the narrative, it is going to start taking its own shape and form. Right, Ren?
Yeah, I think this was at least seen, if I remember that first interview, that discussion between when I walked into Excel the first time, met Ritesh and Kasim, then again even Shujat a little bit. I think We were hoping that it succeeds enough to do at least 3 seasons, because it's a tale about not just how organized crime grew over the decades. It's a tale about the city. It's a tale about this family, and it would be really wonderful if, as creators in our lives, we really get this a story that has so many tentacles or so many branches, macro and micro picture. If we get 3 seasons, I think we'd have done justice. So that's plans, but now the show has to be what it has to be for audiences.
Right. So, lastly, before I wrap up, I would like to know individually, what are your next projects after Bambai Meri Jaan that you guys are working on right now?
My next project is a year and a half of holiday. That's my next project. I'm working very hard on it.
Yeah. I think 3 seasons of holiday would be nice. You must understand, this has taken us 5.5 years, dude.
Yeah.
So, it will be well worth it to take at least 6 months off.
This completely ruins my future plans because I want to do the next season soon. The creators want to take off, and I'm just going to sit here and wait.
Well, I guess I'll have to do the same in that case.
Okay.
Has got stuff coming up.
I've finished shooting for 2 things that will come out. I think one of them will come out end of the year. But honestly, I can't wait to do the next season of Bambai Meri Jaan. So please watch it. Everybody has to watch this on 14th of September and write good things on social media that don't put pressure on me, but on the creators to write and make the second one soon. Can't wait for it.
Inshallah.
I have a couple of projects, but maybe we'll talk about it when it's time.
Right. So, Sujat, I just want to ask you this last question now that I know that Rock On 2, which was your directorial, didn't that great well at the box office and stuff. But now, once again, the seasons of, I would say, sequels are going on. Would you like to plan and try out a Rock On 3?
I really don't think so. I mean, it all depends on, not specifically to do with the Rock On franchise, so to speak, but at the end of the day, we need to have a story to tell and a story that we believe in, right? It needs to make complete sense, in terms of believability, whether it lends itself progressively. Right now, of course, we've not even, it hasn't even crossed our minds, or right now we are not focusing on Rock On. I think it's had a great run, the first part. It's done fantastically well. It's got great music, and it gave life to so many actors, and Gattu as well as the director, Bali the writer. So I think it's had its life, and you never know what happens in the future.
Right. So thank you so much, everyone, for being with us, and all the best for Bambai Meri Jaan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Murtaza.
Thank you, Murtaza.
Bye. Take care.